Hi, everyone, and welcome to your Monday Mojo with me, Coach Mo. I have a little bit of a sleepy face today, but I've got my Joe, my cup of Joe. This is Oswald, one of my daughter's favorite characters. So thank you for joining me today. We are getting close to wrapping up the relator dimension of strengths in the StrengthsFinder 2.0 assessment, one of the best assessments out there in the market to help us lead our people better, to help us lead our lives a little bit better. And so today we are talking about my favorite talent. I really think this is my favorite talent. It's one that I have, and it's probably the one that drives me the most in my work because I work with others to help them master their lives, to help them understand who they are at their core and live from a space of authenticity and really just to take personal responsibility for our lives. This talent kind of does all of that very, very seamlessly and naturally. So today we're talking about individualization. And it's no surprise that I'm a strengths coach because people with individualization, that's what they do. They look for the strength in every single person, bunching up people together and just treating them all the same, expecting the same from each of them is something that a person with individualization as a strength will never feel comfortable doing. And so in the workplace, when I was working in large organizations, this is where I got a lot of that tension because I wanted to treat people differently based on who they were, what their needs were, what their passions were, what their desires were, what came natural to them. And many organizations just don't allow that to happen, right? We put that stamp on who a person needs to be. We focus on their weaknesses instead of their talents. And a person with individualization just won't have any of it. So I felt like a rebel without a cause sometimes in the workplace because I wanted each individual to really shine and become engaged in what they were doing. And even though we may have hired them to do a specific job and task, as you learn about people, as they themselves begin to learn about themselves, you begin to understand what they really need to be doing and where they need to be growing. And that is something that I definitely did with the people who worked with me, the people on my team. I wanted to give them new jobs and opportunities to develop themselves in a way that they desired, that really helped them to thrive. So, individualization, that is what it's all about. It's getting to the core of that person. We individualize every person, every job, every task. And because of that, we have the capacity to build really strong teams because we bring the right person to the right task and create really engaged teams and environments. So let me tell you a little bit more about individualization. A person with individualization is a customizer. They love to customize. And I do this a lot with my clients too. What do you need? Where can I help you? What's on your plate today? Let's get specific, right? And let's get to the meat of the issue. And based on who you are, let me customize a job for you. Let me customize a project for you. People with individualization bring an understanding of people that is valuable for placement, right? So when we look at the HR function and hiring the right people and putting the right butts in the right seats on the right bus, a person with individualization is who you want for that task. They're going to bring their passion to that role. They need individual expectations that are created to fit a person. Again, over time, we begin to mold the people around us to specific opportunities and jobs that they are really built for. And it doesn't always happen in the beginning. It happens as that person develops and as those strengths-based conversations happen within the workplace and between managers and their people. People with individualization love people getting to do what they do best. It brings us joy. I mentioned this at a conference that I attended yesterday. At the end of the conference, they asked us, what really lit you up about this conference? And for me, as an individualization, what I loved most was seeing all of these people shine on stage, different speakers, students, sharing what was important to them in their lives and what they needed. They were individualizing for themselves. And when I see people shine as who they are, that just brings me so much joy. What do people with individualization hate? The one-size-fits-all approach. So again, being in a type of environment that's very closed, that's very rigid, where everyone kind of needs to just do the job that they're being given, regardless of their strengths and weaknesses, we kind of run for the hills very quickly. And so the metaphor or image for an individualization, a person with individualization, is a casting director, right? They are going to have a list of all of those qualities that are really important and really needed for a specific role. And they are going to find the right person for that role based on talents, based on experience, life experience, all of those jewels that we're all born with in our natural talents. A person with individualization is going to bring those to life for us. And then finally, a barrier label, right? We always need to be aware of how others perceive us within our natural talents, because our natural talents become big and bold, right? And sometimes we don't understand how we are perceived. And so the barrier label for individualization is that a person with this talent sacrifices group need for individual needs. And I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's probably where I got in trouble as a manager, as a leader, is I always focus more on, I need each person in my team to be happy more than I need the entire group together to be happy. And so that's something that we ourselves have to be cognizant of. We have to be able to balance that. And that's why it's important for you to know what your barrier label is with each of your top 5, top 10 strengths using this assessment. So I hope that you learned something today that is going to help you be a better manager, be a better leader, certainly help you uncover your talents and get really curious about them. So as always, this assessment, you can find it at gallupstrengthscenter.com. It's a very inexpensive assessment to take if you haven't done so already. And then also I have a freebie on my website for you where you can learn about your talents and bring them to life without taking an assessment. It's just through introspection, through getting feedback from others, which is always a great thing to do on our development path. And you can find that at MoniqueCatoggio.com, MoniqueCatoggio.com. Thank you for joining me today. Go enjoy your cup of joe the rest of your week, and I will catch you next Monday. Bye-bye.